Third phase of moon.
Welcome back, Blake Cousins here, Third Phase of Moon. Tonight's presentation, we're going to be going over the top UFO videos for June 2020. We have over 25 incredible submissions that we're going to be going over. I want to get your guys' thoughts. What the heck is going on? Why is June such an uptick in UFO sightings? Buckle up, everybody. It's going to get wild. Now that I'm looking at this again, notice a second light appear right next to the orb. There it is. You see the space debris to the bottom right, and then the bright orb making its appearance towards the cameras. But then again, quickly NASA scrubs that image, gets to the other angle, but it couldn't hide from this UFO. It wants to be seen no matter the efforts of NASA trying to not share the certain angles and track this anomalous object. Whatever it is, it does seem that there is some kind of intelligence behind it, especially, again, keeping up with the rocket right before it releases the Starlinks into space. We've got a video. It's a MUFON case, and we are going to share it with you right now. We have Dr. J with us, and we're going to be showing him the video. But in the meanwhile, I want you to take a close look at what we're looking at. To me, what it represents is a broad daylight flying saucer that is what we are all looking for. What is this object in the sky? This is an incredible broad daylight MUFON case, and we wanted to break it down right here tonight on Third Phase Moon with everybody watching. Leave your comments below. What do you guys think it is? We're going to allow the speculation to let it roll, but in the meanwhile, let's just play this video, and again, leave your comments. I want to get your guys' thoughts. Dr. J, you with us?
Yes, I am.
All right, Dr. J, thanks for joining us right here at Third Phase of Moon. I wanted you to take a look at the video. It's on the MUFON network, and it's titled, where the location is coming in from Tijuana. Take a look at that video as we're rolling it, sharing with the world right now.
Tijuana, okay, here. City, McKinley, Tijuana, okay, got it.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure. I'm going to be supplying the original link below so everybody could take a look for yourself. It looks like a legitimate UFO sighting. I don't see any kind of manipulation going on here. Incredible broad daylight, what we've all wanted. Pretty clear footage. I'm going to get a still image from it here in just a bit so we can get a really close look. Dr. J, are you looking at what I'm seeing?
I absolutely am, Blake, and I gotta say two things. First of all, as you mentioned, the daylight shot, I gotta love that because, first of all, as people call it, it's the money shot. In the 1990s in Denver, Colorado, they captured something very similar in the daylight as well. They deemed that to be as big as a building, literally hundreds of feet tall, and very ironic, it seemed like it had a light pulsating from one side to the other side. Very similar how this seems to be sort of changing shape or whatever it's doing from one side to the other.
When we're looking at this, it does resemble the classic flying saucer. Some people might speculate that this is maybe possibly just a blimp, an air blimp. I'm not seeing any kind of undercarriage to it. What's your thoughts on that, Dr. J?
No, not at all. I don't think it's a balloon or anything like that because it does look like something very flat and very wide. You don't see anything underneath and you don't see much on top other than what's pulsating from the side to side. It looks kind of like almost like a rod, a line on from side to side. So no, it looks like nothing terrestrial.
I got Brent Cousins with us right here, and Brent's got some questions as well for you too, Dr. J. But Brent, what's your thoughts so far as we're looking at this?
Yeah, captured out at Tijuana. What a great capture, and I'm glad we're going over it with Dr. J and the crew at Third Phase of Moon. It's cool. it really stands out. And I think this is the best flying saucer, I could say, video since 2020. What have we seen that compares to something like this? And the way he zooms in, you could tell this thing's massive. It's so far away, it would even be larger than a blimp in my estimation.
I think it's even larger than that, Brent. I really do. If this is something similar to what looks like very similar from about 25 years ago, I would have to say it's the size of multiple blimps. And because of where it is, I'd have to say it's further up high than actually lower. That's why I think it's much bigger than it really looks.
I'm wondering, could it be a possibility that this is something that maybe is part of the Space Force program? Some of the assets that we're about to see, anti-gravity vehicles in the shape of disc, something massive.
That's exactly what they were saying about that famous footage from Colorado. And yet, at the same time, I've never seen anything as large as this. Now, recently, they've come out with several claims that we've already found a way to make anti-gravity vehicles. If that's the case, size no longer matters. And also, shape doesn't really matter because they can go in any direction as fast as they want to wherever they want.
I'm going to get a still image off this so you guys could take a look at it. We're looking at it very closely, and we don't see any kind of indication that it would be some kind of blimp. Again, no undercarriage, no tail fins to direct its operation to fly through the sky. This thing is basically stealth in a way of a disc-shaped object. It definitely has a metallic sheen to it, in my opinion, but then there is some color variance from the left to the right of it, very bizarre in my opinion. But then again, we don't see any prop propellers. Definitely would have to rule out a drone and an airplane because it's pretty much steady in the sky, just very stationary.
Блин, что это такое вообще? Офигеть просто. Видите? Тут кучка, как вот переливается. Там что-то еще светится, но я туда боюсь нахрен ехать. Вдруг там, блин, хрен знает, что там. Может. Но я такого вообще никогда не видел. Ну, что это за явление? Ну, как это объяснить? Кто-нибудь вообще может это объяснить? Бля, что это за хрень? Так, чтобы вы понимали, вот я сижу в машине, вот она эта штука. Как будто птицы какие-то, ну, как будто светящееся что-то, вот много всяких вот каких-то элементов. Вот они объединились в кучу. Ну вот похоже как птицы, но почему они светятся? Да может это и правда птицы, просто отражаются.
The world's not just lighting up in America, it is also lighting up in Russia. If you're enjoying this video right now, give us a big thumbs up. Now, what was this anomalous light in the sky captured over the nighttime skies in Russia? It's hard to tell. It's a massive formation of lights along with other anomalies to the left and upper left of it. What's going on? Some people might say that this is simply some kind of drone display or maybe an atmospheric phenomenon. adding a little brightness contrast, seeing what these objects could possibly be. I'm looking at it, and some people also might speculate that these could be a flock of birds, but again, I don't speak Russian. I don't know exactly what the guy's stating in the video. If you could help me out, people, and you speak Russian, and give us in the description below a little play-by-play of what this guy's experiencing and what he's filming, it'd sure help a lot. But right now, we wanted to share this video with you because we're kind of want to figure it out. Brent, any thoughts?
Yeah, like when this whole pack or flock of whatever we're looking at kind of groomed together, and they kind of come into it like a bunch and remains solid, and then it just stays stationary in the sky. That's why I don't think these are a flock of birds. I think whatever we're looking at is some sort of phenomenon that we can't actually grasp.
A fleet of UFOs, some people are stating, I'd imagine, in the comments below, and I would have to agree with them. This is incredible footage of a huge amount of UFOs flying in unison together, or it could be something that is natural in nature, a phenomenon, but it is definitely strange. And again, that's why we're sharing these videos, because we want to get your guys' thoughts. What the heck is going on around the world? Now, let's roll this. More videos of a huge object in the sky, very bright, and apparently this thing appears and then disappears. Let's just roll the video right now.
Oh, look at that. Oh my.
More incredible sightings coming in from around the world. This one from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. A YouTube channel has given us permission to share it with you. They go by Antua Manuel. Look at it. Let me know your thoughts right now. Okay, we just watched Antua's video, and apparently there are more people that witnessed this incredible sighting of what we're looking at, apparently outside of a Walmart in Canada, and a few more people actually recorded this. So we're looking around in social media. If anybody, a couple days ago, noticed something in the sky over Windsor, Ontario, because right now we're looking for answers. It's an incredible capture. Some people are speculating that this is a UFO that's interdimensional, that blinks in and out of existence. It's very bright in the skies, but I would have to rule out a mylar balloon or any kind of a blimp. This thing is interesting. It stays very stationary, but I like the way it goes in and out of existence. Is this some kind of stealth technology that we haven't seen in quite a while? It's a weird video, but Antua is looking for questions, and I'm sure everybody around the world's looking for answers. Brent, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, taking a look at this, I'm still leaning on a reflection. Could this be a reflection of a window, and what we're seeing is some backlight that's projecting onto a window that we're looking at? Again, I'm still a little on the fence, because when Antua kind of zooms in, you can see this light remains stationary. It's not bouncing off and creating a strange parallax. It actually remains and looks like it's quite some distance from where this camera is actually capturing this UFO. So is it a reflection? That's a big question. And if it's not, then we're looking at a serious UFO with strange capabilities of it blinking in and out of existence. It's pretty nuts, Blake. Crazy video.
Yeah, absolutely. And if what Antua Manuel is stating, that more people outside of the Walmart in Canada saw this and other people recorded it, then you would have to rule out that this is a reflection, but indeed something massive in the sky, an unidentified object that represents something that isn't in our assets, something extraterrestrial. Again, leave me your thoughts. We've got more videos coming in right now. Roll this.
Cara, eu tô encucado até agora com esse negócio parado na praia. Ele tava encostado na água e agora ele tá em cima, parado. Um vento absurdo e o negócio não se mexe. Paradinho. No mesmo lugar. Já tem meia hora que isso tá aí em cima. Nem sobe, nem desce, tá parado no mesmo lugar.
Olha como tá mandando agora o
Formato diferente. Que é isso, cara?
Olha isso. Caralho, você tá vendo?
Era um círculo, mudou agora. Não tô entendendo mais nada.
The strangeness continues. More videos that astound from around the world, more UFO videos that have yet to be explained. We're looking at this one coming in from Cabo, Brazil, captured again this month. There is so many sightings that have come into third phase of moon. It's getting kind of hard to share them all with you. That's why we're doing this extended version with all the UFO videos that you're witnessing tonight. Again, give us a big thumbs up. What do you guys think? Brent, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, look at the weather atmosphere. You can see that it's pretty blustery. The winds are gusty, and it's not your typical calm day at the beach. Even the surf is picking up in the wind, and this thing is not bobbing down, up and down like your typical balloon. It looks metallic, it looks heavy, and it looks huge. Whatever this thing is, I want to see it. And I saw this earlier this week, and I'm glad that we're sharing it right now at Third Phase Moon, because these are the top UFOs this week. And thanks guys for joining us at Third Phase of Moon.
We're looking at this video again, a broad daylight sighting, Brazil off Cabo, the coast. Guys, what's your thoughts? Moments ago by James Vines. What he's captured has been captured in different parts of the world within the past week, from Ventura County off the coast, also in Tijuana, Mexico. What are we looking at? Let's just roll with James Vines' video right now.
Why is it so that there it is?
We've got the videos coming in, and right now I just have to say there is a bizarreness happening right now in regards to this shaped object in the sky, because it's just not only happening in Arizona, which is within an hour or so. We're sharing James Vines' video to you on Third Phase of Moon. We're doing it. We're premiering this video, and we're going to be going over videos that have been making its appearances around the world in regards to the classic flying saucer being shot in broad daylight. Incredible stuff. We're also going to be enhancing James Vines' video, but let's just go a little bit over the background because this is kind of breaking news. James Vine just submitted this to the Mutual UFO Network, but we got permission to share it with you. He states the backstory is that he's a truck driver in Arizona. And he was leaving his pickup just southwest of Casa Grande, Arizona, when he saw this in the sky to the south. He says he was holding his camera still, but the picture was jumping and going in and out of focus. And there, it felt like an electric charge in the air. So he's stating that whatever this object was, it was stationary in the sky, and his camera was also stationary. He's not exactly sure why the picture is jumping in and out of focus, and he says he felt an electric charge in the air. Incredible testimony coming in right now. He says whatever it was, it had to be massive. When at first it was about 5 miles away, when he started to roll the video, it moved about 20 miles in just about a minute. That's pretty quick. If this is some kind of airship, I don't think an airship could traverse 20 miles within a minute. Incredible stuff here coming in from James. He says also the color was kind of like a tarnished aluminum, and yes, it was tube shaped. He says maybe it's something and maybe it's not, but he said it felt real funky for sure. So we're looking at this video. I got Brent with me, and here I want to enhance a video, and James Vine, he says it's up to you, brother, you could share it. So that's what we're doing right now. And I asked him if he saw this object leave, and he states that in the comments as we're doing this, we're trying to do it real time. He says, no, I put my camera down, and when I looked up, it was gone to the south, and he said it made him feel shaken. I could imagine having an experience like this. Brent, you're with us, and we want to thank everybody from around the world who's joining us right now in this premiere, going over these broad daylight sightings just happening moments ago today. Brent, what's going on?
Yeah, everybody in the chat joining us live. This is awesome. Going over UFOs at third phase of moon at night. We like it, and we'd like to share it with you. What's happening in Arizona is definitely a hot spot. We've, over the years, captured thousands of videos that were submitted to third phase of moon, and this is one of the best ones in 2020. What he's looking at, I don't think it's a balloon, because his description describes this thing moving 20 miles within a minute. No balloon traverses that fast, and whatever this thing is, it seems to be hovering there.
Very stationary, and he said he was shaken by the presence of it and having that electric charge in the air. I got a feeling maybe this thing was putting off some kind of a emission of EMPs or something. What do you guys think in the chat? I want to get your thoughts, because right now this is very similar to what we just shared recently on Third Phase of Moon. I think it was just 2 or 3 days ago. We're catching these videos coming in from around the world, and people are sharing it right here at Third Phase Moon. Let's pull this one up. This is, I think, coming in from that MUFON case that we premiered just a few days ago. And again, it looks very similar to the exact same craft than what we're just witnessing in Arizona. So could this be the same craft? Because lately we've had a plethora of UFO sightings, and it's bizarre. Every one of these UFO sightings has its own characteristics, but now all of a sudden in broad daylight this classic UFO disc-shaped object is making the rounds around the world. In Tijuana, we're looking at it now, and Arizona earlier, and we're going to get to the other one in Ventura in just a bit. But Brett, what do you make of the similarities?
Yeah, they're too close to say that they don't match. What we're looking at is a direct match. You don't see any undercarriage acting like this is a balloon of any sort or a blimp. What we're looking at is similarities that are undeniable, that they look like a flying saucer, and that's what we want to see at third phase. And the enhancements really showcase that the similarities really remain the same: the dark undercarriage and the underlining silver metallic look on top.
Yeah, the similarities are definitely straight up in your face. This, in my opinion, is possibly the same object that we're looking at in Tijuana. But what's crazy too is that this has not only happened in Tijuana, but not also just moments ago that we're sharing this video coming in from Facebook. Again, we're going to be supplying all the original links that you could take your own look at them. And James Vines, again, just captured this earlier today. We're sharing this, I think, within hours of his capture. So this is, again, breaking news.
But yeah, give us a big thumbs up on that.
Absolutely. Let's pull up this one. Coming in Ventura, I also speak with eyewitnesses. Listen up.
What is that out there? It's just floating. It's like in the sky. Yeah, it's like a saucer shape. It's not moving at all. It's not a plane. It's not like a blimp.
All right, we are broadcasting right now on Third Phase Moon. Thanks everybody for joining us. I have Dakota with us. He submitted this video to us earlier today on our Facebook, and right now we're zooming in on it. The original video is to the left and the zoomed up version's to the right. And right now I can't tell you exactly what we're looking at. And we've got Dakota on the phone. I just got him right now, and I'm so happy that he's joining us. Welcome to the show, Dakota.
Hey, thank you for having me.
All right, cool, man. Let's just get to it. Right now, some people are going to speculate this is some kind of blimp, possibly, but I've never seen a blimp out over open water like this under these kind of windy conditions, and this being so stable. I can't imagine what this is. Can you tell us exactly when and where this was captured?
It was captured in Ventura. It's right on the beach, right next to right next to their main street, right there, right next to the pier. And it's out towards just the water at like basically nothing, like near there's this group of islands out there, and it's a little bit far off the side. Like for how far the object looks, it looks like it must be like probably a mile out of the shore from those islands. And that's the one thing I thought was a blimp, but the weather and it just didn't seem right. And for how far it looked, for how big it looked, a blimp wouldn't make sense. It looked giant. We thought maybe a helicopter, but then that was kind of ruled out too, because it didn't really make sense that for how far it would be, that it would look that gigantic in the sky. And for a little bit it was hovering, so we thought maybe a blimp. But towards the end of the video, we were leaving the beach, and I didn't get the rest of the video. I stopped recording because I wanted to leave the beach after I saw that, and it started moving fast off in the distance. I wish I recorded the rest, but it was really foggy that day. You couldn't even see it. It disappeared.
All right, so when was this captured? How long ago?
It was it yes? Yeah, it was 2 days ago.
Okay.
At Ventura at 3 o'clock, 3:30.
All right, so I'd imagine there's more videos out there, and let me tell you, this thing, we're zooming up on it, and we can see that you are very far from the object. This thing must be about, I would have to say, maybe a mile to 2 miles out, a mile or so. And for it to be a blimp, this thing would have to be maybe 4 to 5 times larger than any kind of blimp that we're aware of. That's for sure. I hear that other people were there alongside you, kind of speculating what it was. What do you think it was? And your friends?
My girlfriend was there with me, and she's here with me right now.
Okay, let's get her on the phone. Let me ask her what she thought right away. I'm so glad you got this on video. It's a broad daylight sighting. Quite interesting. And your name?
Hi, my name's Paige.
Hey, Paige, welcome to the show. So what's your first impressions of what you guys captured over there in Ojai, Ventura County on the coast?
Yeah, we were looking for seashells, and I looked up and I noticed it, and I was like, "What the heck is that?" It seems really big, and it was just kind of hovering. So maybe I thought it was like a helicopter, maybe, but it seemed too big to be a helicopter. And I have it on tape too, so we were really confused on what it was.
Oh, great. We got two multiple angles. She would like to do a follow-up on this in the next day or so. But again, a blimp, I would have to rule it out. You would see some kind of undercarriage and over the ocean. In these kind of conditions, that would be absolutely, that low would be dangerous.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a blimp. I maybe thought it was one of those army helicopters, Fort Wayne Amy's not too far from Ventura County, but the way it was hovering and how big it was, it couldn't have been that. And then it seemed like it was getting closer towards the beach, and then all of a sudden it started moving to the left.
Yeah, absolutely. You know,
for a while.
it was hovering there for a while. Like you say, how long would you say it was hovering there? You guys said you left the beach. Did you lose sight of it? What happened at the end?
When we noticed it, we watched it for about, I would say, like 3 or 4 minutes, and it just stayed in the same place. And then once it started moving to the left, we got kind of freaked out. So we took a video of it to show proof, like, this is what we saw. And then we just decided to leave because we got kind of scared.
Well, yeah, I would be kind of, it almost resembles something right out of the movie Independence Day, because I would have to speculate. I don't know, I wasn't on the ground, but I know my ocean and looking out over the horizon, I would have to say that this thing is at least 300 yards wide. And what's your thoughts on that? Because it's way bigger than any kind of military helicopter or blimp. It's no Chinook helicopter. No way.
No, exactly. That's what we thought. And we were down in Ventura, which is around like 20 miles from our home. And right when I saw that, I called my brother and I was like, I caught this. And I was like, what the hell? Like, something, look at them police, like, see if it's one of those like big banners that like those little planes drag or something, like, see what it is. If there's anything going on. And he like looked, couldn't find anything. I looked when I got home and we see nothing.
And it disappeared after like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was just gone.
Yeah, we're actually doing some close-up enhancements of this, and we see no kind of airplane kind of trailing some kind of banner behind, no small aircraft. And this thing is basically hovering in midair. And right now, there's a lot of things that are unexplained on this thing, but you guys captured something incredible. Brent, what's your question?
Well, I'm just thinking that there's a lot of underwater bases that have been recorded in the area not too far from this, Malibu, and all these USO phenomena is prevalent in your area. You guys captured something.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Where we live, actually, too, there's this kind of stuff like happens a lot. A few years ago here in Ohio, I didn't capture it, but I saw with my own eyes some UFO stuff in the sky. Like, it always happened. I'm like tempted to carry my camera with me all the time so I get better like zoom ins and stuff. It's crazy.
It sure. Wow. I'm so happy that we're sharing this right now live on Third Phase of Moon. We're going to get it out to the world, and we're going to do a follow-up. I want to get Paige's video as well, side-by-side comparison. And I'm asking everybody in Ventura, Ohio, if you're on the coast within the past 48 hours, you saw something strange out there. Let's solve this mystery right now, or this is something. So there you go. The similarities from Ventura County off the coast over there of Oxnard. Again, the same exact, in my opinion, object in the sky.
もう一個してきた上から。何これ、今までと出方が全然違いますね。これ5個目、この線全部そう。もう一個してきた。すげえ。何もう一個してくるわ、上。ボスっていう音が聞こえる。大気圏突入の音なわけないよね。ちょっと下手に読みすぎた。今日は満月で全然来ないから、みんなでちょっと呼んで来ないねって言って別れたんですよね。そしたら どんどん落ちてきます。これニュースでやるのかな。そして煙で全部落ちてる。あ、もう一個来た上から。これね、実はでっかい大きなタイプのやつなんだよね。これがこんなに出るのをね、初めてかもしれないです。第 1地区に大体これ1機ぐらいしかこの大きさのやつ出てこないんで、すげえ。向こう行ってみっか。
All right, we like to just roll the raw video and then leave our comments of what we might think it possibly could be, because we think comments are important. So again, we're looking at this, and what's very bizarre to me in this video is wherever these source of burning fireballs are coming out of the sky, you don't see it. You see this ominous cloud, and the lights appear from within the clouds from the exact same place. In my opinion, I've seen a lot of flares in my life, and we don't usually post military flare activity on Third Phase Moon. We try to avoid it as much as possible, but this one it's kind of bizarre to me, because then again, you don't see or hear the source of any kind of aircraft, a helicopter, or a military jet releasing these flares. If that's what they are, something could just be burning up within the cloud and then just releasing this debris. Brent, what do you make of this?
Yeah, notice that iridescence around this huge light, and you could tell that it kind of changes from your regular flares. Most flares just remain and have a hot solid circle. This has like these flaring iridescent kind of weird attributes.
Well, we want to thank M42 Kamikawa. Apparently, he shot this in the district of Hokkaido. And hopefully I'm saying it right, but what we're looking at is definitely strange. It seems that his UFO channel, his YouTube channel, he seems to be a UFO hunter, and he's got a bunch of UFO videos on his channel. We looked at this one in particular and did a little background check on who posted this video, and it seems like this person, M-42, is posting a bunch of his UFO videos, so that's a good thing. I want to get your guys' thoughts, and make sure you check out M-42's channel. We're going to be supplying the original link, but again, what are we looking at? Is this some military event going on, simply flares, or is there something ominous within the cloud itself releasing these orbs of light, burning up, or is there some kind of atmospheric phenomenon? Again, if these are flares, usually you see parachutes suspending these orbs, this light, phosphorus, if I'm not mistaken, burning, suspended in air by parachutes. I don't see any of that here.
Yeah, and mostly you'll see a flare burn up before it touches the ground, before touchdown, and these lights seem to be dropping right straight to the ground. Who knows where they're dropping to, and could it be creating a fire hazard? These things are burning rather hot, and a flare wouldn't do that unless it was mistaken on their trajectory.
Un objeto que bajó del alto. No puedo identificar qué es, la verdad. Bueno, acaba de desaparecer.
I'm probably butchering her name, but Marina, appreciate you capturing this. Now, we're looking at it, we're adding a little bit of brightness, contrast, and a close-up of whatever this is. Brent, this is our first video tonight. Wrap your head around this.
Yeah, we're just getting started, guys. Thumbs up if you're enjoying this. I sure am. And what we're looking at is multiple cases of people that were on the ground at Panama City Father's Day, and they saw this. And what they said, Marina said that this came from the sky, out of the clouds, and then descended right there as we're seeing it right now. Whatever this thing is, it's huge. And there's more to this. We even have more video of other angles of what you see in the sky. But what we're looking at here is clearly unidentified. It looks like something out of a sci-fi movie.
The second sighting. This is the second sighting, which basically states it and reveals that the first sighting is legit. But if you notice, and as we're looking at this, it's pretty much real time. This is breaking news coming out of Panama of some kind of emission, a dark cloud coming from this object in the sky. Brent, what do you make of this? We're going to get a closer look. Do you notice that?
Yeah, you see it kind of just oozing out the backside of it. And with the brightness contrast that we're pulling up right now, it's definitely relevant. You see it. It's something that's spewing out of this. It looks like an engine shooting out smoke, like almost a diesel machine on the black smoke that's coming out. But do UFOs use this kind of technology? I don't think so. Take a look at that as it enters Panama City.
Yeah, here's more of the extended version. We're getting this in real time as I'm just dropping it in the timeline as it's coming in to present this evidence to you. And here it is. You see the city buildings behind it.
It looks like the machine, the spaceship out of Flight of the Navigator. It's amazing. Look at that. That's a great close-up, Blake.
It's very stable in its flight performance. It's not wobbling like if it were a balloon. This thing is rock solid in the sky as it kind of descends downward. But then the size in comparison, that I would have to say, it's at least the size of a bus, maybe a school bus. What do you think? 45, 80 feet in length?
Yeah, it's got some girth.
Stuff.
It's big. It's got a large mass. I would say 2 vehicles at least, 27 feet, 30 feet.
Again, the side-by-side comparison, and you could notice that, again, this thing is rock steady, very stable in its performance of flight. Is this an anti-gravity UFO being displayed for the citizens of Panama? Again, we have multiple eyewitnesses. We're going to follow up with the president of MUFON over there in Panama and hopefully get some updates of what's going on. The Panamanians over there in the region of the correspondent from the president in that region reached out to me, so I appreciate that. We even have more videos tonight for you. Let's just roll the next one. Check it out.
Se você estivesse vendo, você ia ficar endoidado.
We got this video that was submitted today from a friend of ours. People from around the world are sharing their videos over the past few years, but let me tell you, this month has been incredible on the UFO pickup. Thumbs up if you agree with that. But right now, I want to thank Vivian for sharing her video with us, and let me tell you, we're going to be supplying all the original links below. But this video was captured in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, and next to the motorway called Linha Vermelha, and it was captured about 2:30 a.m. in the morning. And she was happy to share this with us. Do you notice, Brent, whatever this object is, we have lights surrounding it, blinking lights. Are these helicopters surrounding some kind of strange UFO? I'm trying to get a close-up look at it and pull it up. Brent, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, at first I thought it could have been a little aftermath of a rocket launch, but then I'm looking closely and you see it reflecting these strange colors. And it's illuminated. That centerpiece is very illuminated with sparkles all around it. You can tell this thing is massive from the distance she's filming from the freeway, and then we see that close-up look, which is astonishing. Could it be a drone display of some sort? But I'm not recognizing that from this distance. It's pretty out there.
Good stuff. Appreciate the submission. Now, let's get to this one. Here it is. Again, more broad daylight sightings of the flying disc. The flying saucer has made its return. We're watching it right now, and I want to get your thoughts, guys, what we're looking at here, because we're going to get a closer up look at it. There were some still photographs, and I would have to rule out that this is any kind of balloon. This is definitely not a balloon. This is looking, again, like the typical classic flying disc that you would see in the science fiction movies. But again, this is 2020, and people are joining us from around the world, submitting their footage. Are UFOs on the rise? Take a look at these photographs that the submitter captured, and I want to get your thoughts. You can see the undercarriage of it has this dome-like feature in the shadows, no visible prop propeller blades. Again, there's something going on that I can't explain. Jason Barnes said that this was captured around 2:35 p.m. in Santa Barbara, California, and he's asking, is this a metallic flying saucer?
The photos really revealed that this is no typical drone that you would pick up off the market. This is something with high technology, and the way it just stays so steady, it shows that this is not normal. This is a UFO, a flying saucer.
And look how high up it is. You can see the comparison to his home, the line of the rafters, and then you can see this thing up in the sky. Again, I would have to estimate that this is a pretty good sized UFO, at least 15 to 20 feet in diameter. I don't think it's a weather balloon. Again, we looked at these photos pretty closely, and we didn't see any kind of apparatus attached to it. It's very sleek in its design. Sports model UFO, as Bob Lazar stated. And again, the eyewitnesses states that he didn't hear a thing. So again, a very super close up through the photograph brings out the detail.
Yeah, I really like the photo. I don't see any manipulation going on. Looking at the video, it looks legit. Could it be CGI? There's a possibility, but what I'm looking at now, it seems to be the real deal, and matching it up with the original photo really lends to that this is really happening.
All right, I'm going to pull up the next video. Give me a few seconds here. Check out this one, and let me know in the Premiere comments what you guys think, and I appreciate the support that's coming in right now. Give me a second. I'm going to pull up the next video. Okay, I almost got it set, but as we pull up the next video again, do you believe what Bob Lazar stated in regards to anti-gravity and the technology that was obtained apparently from an archaeological dig? That this didn't come to us from the skies, but actually was found digging up an archaeological find, and they found these flying saucers and reverse engineered it. Could they be flying over Santa Barbara? I wouldn't doubt it. And, you know, it's a big ocean out there, the Pacific Ocean, and it's very deep waters. Why not it be possible that these little sports models are coming up from the waters off the Pacific? Now, I got the next video. Watch it.
Weird, ¿eh? ¿Qué es eso, bebé?
Como que se hizo más chiquito, ¿no?
All right, what are we looking at? This was captured in Florida, and the submitter wants to know what he captured. Dario Harate captured this in the Sunny Isles off the coast of the beach of Florida, and he's wondering what it is. You could kind of hear that he's kind of stunned at exactly what he's looking at. Is this a craft in the sky or a spotlight in the sky creating some kind of an illusion? Or is there a possible cloaking technology going on here? Brent, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It reminds me of the bat signal, and it kind of looks like what Batman would show when they're looking for Batman, the Gotham sign hidden in the clouds, a symbol. I'm not recognizing the symbol, what we're looking at here, but again, it kind of transforms and moves curiously.
Is it a solid object, or is it a light reflection off the clouds? It's hard to tell. It's bizarre. He did a pretty good job. He held his camera steady.
Yeah, he did do a good job holding it. But again, this is Miami. I think this is more of a light show, and people on the ground would probably let us know, and we'll probably know in the comments within hours, and we'll know what this is.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just looking for the answers, and that's why we're putting it out there. Again, a side-by-side comparison of whatever this anomalous object in the sky is. It's kind of interesting how it appears that it almost peeks through the clouds and reveals itself that it possibly could be a solid object.
Yeah, it's strange. It almost looks like a funnel cloud there for a bit, coming out of the top darker clouds.
You don't see any kind of light projecting up to it. It's like I said, it looked like it kind of revealed itself from the cloud above and kind of peeked through it. And
yeah, it's curious.
Again, I'm looking at it. There's some pops of light to the right of it too. I'm kind of curious on what that was. And then it kind of, did you see how the cloud passed to the right of it and then kind of hid behind it again and reveals itself behind the clouds? It's bizarre. It's, again, hard to wrap your mind around of exactly what we're looking at. And that's why we're asking the questions, sharing these videos, permission granted from around the world. And it's very interesting to see what you guys are saying on the comments right now. It helps a lot. We got another video coming up. Like I said, so much evidence coming in this month. It is incredible. That's why we have these extended episodes. Now, take a look at this. Coming in from the ISS. Do you notice it? Do you see what I see? Well, this was from the third phase of Moon Archives. I wanted to pull it up for you again. If you see this object kind of up from the International Space Station in the void of black space, you see this disc-shaped object reveal itself with a lot of lights, like almost peering through portals. What do you think of these portals, these lights flashing through? I sped up the image. It seemed like this craft approached the ISS and then descended away, but I put the brightness contrast out in it. I sped it up. This thing lasted for about 20 minutes, this encounter, but when you speed it up, you see this thing kind of approach again, the ISS, and reveal itself, and it is quite large. This thing's big.
Yeah, it really matches what's going on with our videos that we just posted a couple days ago. That's kind of getting the rounds. What's happening in space is experiments of an alien in nature.
Look at this thing.
Look at that.
The typical cigar-shaped craft with these lights peering through it. Very strange.
That glint on the bottom really looks like there's some sort of a thruster, some technology going on there.
You could almost make out the craft, but as fast as it came within the 12 minutes, it descended away into the darkness of space. But
yeah, it just seemed to disappear, evaporated.
I'm going to repeat the angle again, and I want to ask you guys, what is this? Do we have massive craft that are within our own assets? Maybe the Secret Space Force is parked outside of the ISS, or could these be extraterrestrial craft that are visiting the ISS? Nonetheless, what the heck is this craft? And I haven't seen it in any of the assets as far as NASA or what they're bringing up to the ISS. It doesn't look like the Dragon to me. This resembles the classic cigar-shaped craft, and I would have to say it's big. It's like maybe 75, 100 yards. This one's...
There could be some sort of anomaly. Again, people will say that, and that's a possibility. Could it be a reflection of the International Space Station itself creating this illusion, which is a possibility, but it just doesn't look like it. It looks like there's a spaceship, what you'd see in a sci-fi movie again.
Absolutely, Brent. And, people are agreeing that it looks like some kind of craft that approached the ISS. More videos coming in. Is it just me, or when a solar eclipse or a ring eclipse happens, people are looking in the sky and they're seeing unusual objects appear, and it's pretty much a great time when everybody's looking up to see the phenomenon of the ring eclipse or a full eclipse, and this is what this video represents. Watch. So we see these objects appear out of nowhere. What could possibly be creating this spectrum of light, these orbs appearing basically in the shadow? What does this represent, Brent? Is this aircraft in the sky, airplanes, helicopters, the ISS space station, satellites? What could represent these lights that pop out of nowhere?
Yeah, it's so strange. We had a video like this last month of somebody filming the moon, and they got a really good close-up, and you saw this bright object, and it really looked like that it was on the surface of the moon. Look at this object. You can see it moving. So is this a reflection of the International Space Station captured during this solar eclipse?
Yeah, that's interesting, but when we look at the video again, you notice more than just one origin of light. We see multiple sources of light. Let's just look at it a little closer. I want to get your thoughts in the comments right now. We're premiering this video, and we want to get your comments. We've got a lot of stuff to go over tonight, but right away, this is the historic thing that's going on. The ring eclipse on certain parts of the earth is being visible, but this incredible video that we're looking at shows an eclipse, the phenomenon, but then strange orbs of light that appear. Guys, what do you guys think in the comments? We're seeing it. Some people are saying that these look like ships in space.
Yeah, take a look. We just saw two right there. You see that one little speck of light next to the crescent of the moon, and then that larger orb of light to the right, and then that one on the left is blinked out. What are we looking at, guys?
We're looking at videos. We've got a lot of stuff. Again, more to go over. Let's just roll it right now. This video coming in, we got some details, but let's just watch it.
This is the thing that I was telling you about that was floating in the sky. Mom thinks it's a balloon. But does that freaking look like a balloon to you? That doesn't look like a freaking balloon to me. At all. Absolutely not.
All right, this video was shot from Miss Hicks. Well, basically Donovan has allowed us permission to share this video with you. This was captured from Roseville, California. Donovan says that his sister captured this. We're looking at a lot of videos. Brent, what do you make of this? Is this a banner like she stated, or something else? She seems very confused. We don't see any kind of little Cessna or airplane making this thing suspend in air. It looks very stationary. What the heck is it doing out over there in the neighborhood?
Yeah, she says this does not look like a balloon, and it really doesn't. Could it be just a dark patch of a cloud? I don't think so. What we're looking at is something unexplained, and what a great capture. Right in the sunset, mid-evening, and right there. This is not your typical balloon, in my opinion, or blimp.
Or banner. This thing is very stationary. We don't see any kind of undercarriage if it were a blimp. Again, is this a banner? I'm not seeing it here, guys. What's your thoughts in the chat here tonight? Thanks everybody for joining us. We got a lot
give
of
us
people.
A big thumbs up if you're enjoying this episode live right now. Premiere, Third Phase of Moon.
So what was captured over there in Roseville, California? we're looking for other eyewitnesses that have seen this, and if you've captured it, send the video to us right here at Third Phase Moon. I got a pretty good close-up, and right now I'm still kind of stumped exactly what this object is. Again, a lot of videos coming in. Roll it right now. Now, a strange video. We got permission again. Everybody that's supplying their links with us, thanks so much for allowing us to share these videos with you on Third Phase Moon. Young Kubi captured this in Norfolk, Virginia. What did he capture? Is this some kind of UFO that morphs, changes its shape, a phantom in the sky? Very bizarre. Almost paranormal, but again, the shape-shifting of this craft, I'm getting a close-up look, and it's kind of creepy. Brent, what do you make of this dark object?
Yeah, I like this video. You got a really good zoom on that, and it is dark, and it is changing shape. It's really creepy, and it doesn't look like a drone that I've ever seen. What the world? What in the world is going on? 2020 is lighting up with the UFOs, and this is again a great submission, and I'm glad we're here to share it with you right now. I'm kind of dumbfounded. What is this?
Yeah, I want to thank young Kobe for allowing us to share this with you. In Norfolk, Virginia, captured just today. We're sharing videos that are kind of breaking news. We even have more videos coming in, and I want to share it with you. This one, it's captured in South Carolina, a broad daylight sighting of something very unusual. Watch. We want to give everybody a big thumbs up who's joining us live. We've got the views are building up, and people around the world are appreciating the breaking news that's been coming into Third Phase Moon, pretty much the top UFO channel around. We've been putting it out. People have been responding, and we've been getting incredible numbers. People are watching Third Phase Moon, and they're coming to us to get the most up-to-date videos happening. And this is what we're talking about. One of those videos, this was captured in South Carolina. Clint states he doesn't know what it was. It didn't make any sound whatsoever. It basically did these maneuvers in the skies, as he states in his email, that defy any kind of drone or aircraft that he could describe. He said it looked metallic, and he doesn't know what it is. That's why he's looking for answers, and we're looking at it pretty up close right now. I managed to get some pretty decent shots of this, and you can see whatever this object is. It glints. It doesn't resemble any kind of drone that I'm seeing. I don't see any propeller blades. Brent, what do you make of this?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. This definitely looks metallic. I'm not seeing mylar, and the way it just holds, it seems solid. It's not your floppy balloon that's just drifting in the wind, even though this does have a sense of taking interesting banks, but the way it just comes to a complete stop and kind of just stays there and hovers, you can see this thing's heavy. It's really amazing. Clint says that this thing stuck around for a while and there was no wind, so he was really baffled on how this thing kept moving from one place to another and doing these incredible maneuvers.
And then again, we're looking at it pretty close, and some people will just dismiss this as simple CGI. And again, I'm looking at it, and I'm not seeing any kind of video deception, manipulation, whatever we're looking at. This object exists up there. It's suspended midair, doing these dynamic maneuvers, and again, having some kind of a density to it. It's not whimsical, whimsy, like a balloon would just kind of float. This thing does seem that it has some mass to it, some weight. And again, Clint stated that from the view that he was looking at it from, that this thing probably was about maybe 20 to 30 feet. He's not exactly sure, but it was quite large. Again, it's not a banner or air balloon, in my opinion, or a drone. Very bizarre. I see people in the comments right now are saying that it is maybe the Glock or something else, part of the SSP, the Secret Space Force. Very bizarre indeed. We're looking at it.
That's a good close-up right there. It's kind of showing the best look of what this object is. And look how it just like it turns and warps and then just holds it. It is a wobbler. I gotta admit, it does wobble. I wouldn't see aliens flying craft like this, but it's an interesting look at something really close. We're seeing good detail on this.
Yeah, sometimes it seems like it wobbles, but then at points it seems very stable and solid in its flight maneuvers. Almost controlled like a drone, but then again, no propellers behind it. Almost like it has its own source of energy.
Look how solid that is, and it's solid there too.
Everybody's asking the biggest question in the world: are we alone?
That is strange. That is really weird.
Do we really need the government to tell us?
That's, I've never seen that. That's so crazy. Now, you got it.
For thousands of years, and to present day, there's evidence of extraterrestrial craft that we don't know of.
So it's like 30 seconds ago. There's 71 Papa Golf negative. It's a UFO. Yeah. It's murder tonight.
They're not only Navy pilots that witness the phenomenon. Regular people, including NASA themselves, capture anomalies that can't be explained. What you just witnessed is a sneak peek at a documentary that we've been working on over the past year in regards to the Secret Space Force and the technology behind it. We have some of the big names that you're going to be hearing about in this documentary that we're going to be premiering this year. So it's going to be very exciting when you hear the behind the scenes of where the technology has come from in regards to the Space Force and where it is today and how is it going to benefit us all in the future. Plus, we got a lot of UFO sightings for you tonight, but stay tuned. At the very end, we're going to be even showing you more sneak peeks of this documentary that we are working on behind the scenes with some of the biggest names in regards to the whistleblowers behind the information that is involved with anti-gravity. Some of the names include Dr. Stephen Greer, Corey Good, Emery Smith. Michael Salla has some evidence that is coming in from a whistleblower that is incredible. So stay tuned for that. But before we get to more insight behind this documentary that we're about to release to the world, let's go over some of the UFO videos that have just come into Third Phase of Moon. All right, let's roll the first video.
Hovering.
All right, we're going to do a side-by-side comparison. We're looking at this thing, and this is one of the biggest topics that we're going to be going over tonight. And some of the sightings that have been going on around the world is the flying saucer, the disc making a comeback. We have broad daylight sightings. We have nighttime sightings. Brett, what do you make of this? Is this a huge craft, a disc-shaped craft hovering in the air? What are we looking at?
Yeah, it's really hard to tell. It's a good capture. It's definitely unidentified, but is it alien in origin? That's a big question. There's really what's happening here is, yeah, there's some distinct lights that act like they're moving from one end to the other. So what's happening is something looks like it's connected in the sky.
Yeah, I'm just going to play the video. I'm looking at this. I want to get your guys' thoughts in the comments as we do this live premiere. It's important. Just watch. Isn't this possibly some airship, a blimp with some kind of display, banners, a light display from a airship? Brett, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, this was a good submission. Again, this is staying in the atmosphere for quite some time. You're not seeing no typical flares dropping to the ground.
I'm not seeing an airship either, or any kind of
no way.
We're going to be supplying the original link on this, and obviously
John
Williams sent this in. It was shot today, and I don't know. It's just incredible.
It's cool. Yeah, I think they're clouds, obviously, but look at the shape and the abnormal looking cloud, and it looks like, yeah, there would be cloaked clouds and cloaked UFOs hiding within these clouds, which people speculate this is your classic, almost tic-tac cloud, even though what we're looking at is your typical cloud. But what an amazing shape, these lenticular clouds.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see a lot of wannabe YouTube channels out there just spamming the information out, and they're going to call this a massive mothership captured. What John Williams captured is known as a lenticular cloud, but if you could imagine the possibilities that there might be a ship within, or is this some kind of weather manipulation? You just never know, and that's why we're sharing with you, because this is a magnificent capture of the phenomenon of a strange formation in the sky. Could it be cloaked as a UFO? John Williams, appreciate the submission. Brent?
Yeah, if there's a strange atmospheric phenomenon happening, we want to see it at Third Phase Moon. We'd like to share strange weather, and this is a great example of a cool capture.
If this were a mothership, and if it possibly is, you can see the size of this. It would be intimidating if a mothership would come down and make itself present. Something like this. It's an incredible capture. John Williams, appreciate the submission. We're going to be supplying the original link. Now, people want to see really incredible daylight footage of UFOs, and this is what we have for you. Watch. All right, so are we looking at, again, another broad daylight sighting of a flying saucer? Because I don't know what's going on over the past week. I haven't seen so many submissions of a flying saucer dish-shaped craft defying gravity in an anti-gravity formation of flight, it seems to me. These characteristics of these craft seem to me that they're not hiding anymore. And this video that was captured from St. Tropez has an incredible photograph behind it as well. So sometimes when you're filming this on your phone and iPhone, the quality, 720, 1080p, if you could shoot it in 4K, that would be awesome. But the best res you're going to get out of an iPhone or a phone is the photograph feature. Sometimes you might want to use it, because when I'm going to show you a photograph when we take a still off this video, or excuse me, the photograph from the iPhone, not the video, we can make out some incredible detail, and that's what we're going to pull up right now from the submitter. Here it is. This was, I guess he took the photograph first and then started videotaping when the object was closer. I'm going to add some brightness contrast so we can make this thing pop and get a good look at this craft, because right now this isn't any kind of drone that resembles a balloon drone, or a drone that could propel itself in the sky, hold itself, sustain itself steady in the sky without any kind of indication of what makes it fly. Brent, your thoughts? What's making this hover?
I was just blown away. Damn, that was a great photo. I was just looking at it. The detail on it was amazing. And again, this video is amazing too. You could see that this is your typical drone. Again, just like last week, we've been going over these great flying saucer UFOs, and we're not seeing propellers or any kind of action or emissions of smoke or anything. This thing seems so stable in the sky. Drones don't act like this. They wobble when they tend to turn or any kind of activity. It's trying to get a GPS tracking. This thing is so steady, and that picture is just outstanding. It's showing, it almost looks ancient. The look of it. It has these cracks and details, but again, it looks that classic flying saucer look. And again, that photo, I don't see any manipulation in Photoshop.
Yeah, I want to get you guys' thoughts in the chat right now. We're premiering this video. Let me pull up this photograph again so we could get a really close look at this, because it really resembles what we're looking at here comparatively to the recently declassified footage that's been coming out. We're going to be doing some side-by-side comparisons of this thing known as the gimbal, captured by NASA pilots in a few years ago, comparatively to some of the videos that have been coming in to third phase of moon. And definitely the similarities are incredible, because what's going on here is, in my opinion, we've been putting it in the titles lately, is they're not hiding anymore. So here's a photograph from St. Tropez, and then we're seeing it again. I'm gonna add some brightness contrast. You guys,
how big do you think this thing was?
It's hard to tell. And what's making it levitate in the sky, making it stationary? This photograph, I'd have to say, I'm gonna put it in the thumbnail. This is what people need to see. Again, look at the undercarriage of it. It's totally no indication of what's making it hover. And then again, just a week ago, we've been putting out a lot of footage recently. I think we've had about 2 or 3 million views over the past week or so. And then this video came out, and again, these broad daylight sightings in your face with no indication of drone type technology behind it.
Yeah, again, look at that. This really resembles what we just saw earlier. They're so static. Drones don't manipulate themselves this way in the air. Again, they wobble. These things are out of control on the angle too. A drone just doesn't hang off at an angle for such a long time unless it's drifting one way or left to right or forward and backwards. What we're looking at is technology that is off the hook. And with you guys out there, the community working and giving us this kind of information, and you guys getting it out, these source links, and sharing it with your friends is what it's all about.
And we're going to have a sneak peek with our documentary that we've been working on over the whole year. You know, things got slowed down with obviously what's going on around the world with obtaining some of the information and interviews that we need to complete this documentary. But just stay tuned for the end. We're going to show you some sneak peeks of what we've been working on. But in the meanwhile, while we're doing this episode and looking at this incredible footage, some people are speculating that this thing looks exactly like the gimbal from what has been declassified and been shared to the public. The Navy is admitting that what these guys have been capturing, these pilots, that they're not from this earth. Well, that is the big question, but let's do a quick side-by-side comparison. I'm going to grab a still off this video, and some people are saying it's a dead ringer. It's a match. So let's do this. Here's the still from the video that was captured. And now we're going to compare it to the footage that was captured by the pilots. I'm going to do a superimpose of the photograph, and then I'm going to slide the video to the left, and there's the the Navy still photograph. Guys, come on, is this...
Look, it's a clear match. Like,
you see that we have some anomalies on the bottom and the top of the disc captured by the Navy pilots. Again, declassified footage.
And again, even in that footage of the Pentagon footage, you can see how steady it is. Just as steady as this object.
The same flight characteristics. Again, I'm going to bring up the video still image to the left of it. And
this is cool. Thanks for joining us, guys. I like seeing this this transformation right there. Look how it fits like a glove.
If it, that
If
fits.
it fits.
That fits. Let me tell you guys, if that fits, this is the evidence that has basically revealed itself, that what was captured in broad daylight is the exact same thing that our Navy pilots
There
captured.
could be different scales of these objects, whatever they are. There could be prototypes, and this is maybe a smaller scale of what the Navy pilot saw. But again, these are your typical information, guaranteed. I'm not seeing any sort of CGI in these videos.
It has that red light in the undercarriage, and again, comparatively to the Navy footage, theirs was black and white, so we're not seeing any color from theirs. But then again, it was the exact same type craft, the exact same shape. We showed it to you, and I didn't notice that until somebody pointed that out to us via my email. They said we're missing some things. And I'm like, well, what did I miss? And then I did the overlay, and bam, there it was.
It's super cool. Sometimes we're stuck here in Hawaii when you can't see the forest through the trees, but it's you guys, the real people out there, that are giving us the information. And man, hats off to everybody around the world subscribing and really making this channel what it is, the top UFO channel in the world. It's awesome. We got a lot of people watching this premiere with us tonight, and I'm hoping you're going to be sharing this link with your friends on social media, Facebook, Twitter. Just get the word out. Tell them, take a look at this. Ask them the question, what the heck is going on? Because, we have the evidence, and people are starting to wake up, but we need to push it even further. We need to get it so mainstream that everybody asks the questions to our, people in charge, I guess. Or you just pretty much watch Third Phase of Moon and submit your videos to us. It's really important, the support. Brent, do you have the sneak peek to our documentary we're working on? We should roll it. Yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be good, and we look forward to it. We just kind of broke the news to you guys tonight, and yeah, we've been working on this for 6 months, and everything that's happened over the past 3-4 months has slowed it down, but we're back in action, and we're proud to share this with you guys. Take a look at this.
And that these were craft that were actually being made for the US Air Force. So these were Air Force Secret Space Program vehicles being produced at this secretive facility in Palmdale, California called Plant 42. Which has long been known to be a major production site for highly classified craft that the Air Force has been having various contractors work on and assemble for them. Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works actually relocated from Burbank, California to this facility, Plant 42, up in Palmdale. So Plant 42 is where you actually have these Tic Tac craft actually being produced for the US Air Force.
That was one of the most amazing things to us, or at least to me, was that these objects would be out there all day, and the speeds that they're exhibiting, as well as the flight characteristics. There's no platform or really energy source that I'm aware of that could allow something to stay in the air as long as these objects were.
According to this whistleblower, he's being encouraged to come forward to let the public know that these craft are secret Air Force craft.
Space. Gonna be a lot of things happening in space. Because space is the world's newest warfighting domain. Amid grave threats to our national security, American superiority in space is absolutely vital.
We want to thank everybody for joining us right here at Third Phase of Moon. Appreciate the support. Keep your eyes on the skies, everybody. We're not alone. We'll see you real soon with the next videos and UFO sightings from you, the people.